Good morning. So I'm going to demonstrate today a closing sequence of forward bending. So generally you do this at the end of your class, so maybe if you've done some standing poses already. The important thing about all our forward bends is that you're moving forward from your tail. Okay, so when we stay in forward bends, then you need to have some support, whether it's your hands in front of you or a tower of bricks or a chair, so that you're able to keep the spine long. So you can kind of see my back. I'm not doing this, I'm not rounding. Okay, the back gets tired and it doesn't serve your posture or your comfort by being in that position for a long time. Okay, so I'm going to start with Sukhasana. Left leg in front of right leg. And the forward bends generally, I'm going to stay here maybe for about 2 minutes. I'm not exactly timing, but you know, you can easily stay in forward bends for 2 or 3 minutes. So there's lots of hanging around doing nothing in this sequence. Okay, so watching pelvis coming forward. If your knees aren't dropping down so low as mine, then sit on a height, and if you're on more height, you'll need a higher support for your head. So a chair, a bolster in a chair is a really good option there. Okay, I'm going to come back on my cushion and starting in Sukhasana. Okay, it's nice to reach up to lengthen through the spine. That's the purpose of lengthening up through the arms, and then exhaling forward, supporting your head on a brick. Okay, inhale, come up, change the cross of the legs, change the interlace of the fingers if you're lengthening up through the arms, and exhale, folding forward. As you stay supported in the position, feel the spine lengthening, ascending forward with each inhale. So you can see I have a gentle curve in the upper back, but it's not excessive. If I was trying to come down lower, then I'd be too rounded. Okay, the emphasis is on bringing the navel towards the cross of the legs. Okay, inhale, come up. And we'll release the legs for a moment, just give the knees a little break. Okay, so slightly stronger position, Gomukhasana. And if you've got long legs or tight hips, then I recommend coming onto a little bit more height. So a bolster or even a brick is quite a nice height. Okay, now we're not going to immediately stay in Gomukhasana. I want you to bring that left foot up flat onto the floor, and we're going to twist to the side in Ardha Matsyendrasana. So try to get the sense that the pelvis is evenly weighted, side to side, that each buttock bone's evenly weighted. Okay, you can gently hug the knee in towards the midline, or if you're more open, feel free to hook the elbow around the knee. Nice relaxed breathing as you hold the position. If you're very flexible, you can even thread that arm through the leg and take the opposite hand, the left hand with the right wrist with the left hand, left wrist with the right hand. Okay, shoulders relaxed, gently turn the head side to side. And when you're holding any of these positions, just put the focus on the breath. Don't let the mind wander, be attentive to the breath. In the twist, really nice to extend that exhale, so really feeling the squeezing into the abdominal contents, encouraging the circulation into the digestive organs. And then coming back to center, drop that left knee down and fold forward in Gomukhasana. Inhale, come up and change the cross of the legs. Right leg over left leg. Just orientating yourself in Gomukhasana, evenly weighted through the sitting bones. And then we'll bring the right foot flat to twist to the right side. And probably whatever you've done your first side, you do the second side. And whichever option. I'm going to stay with the easier option, a little bit tighter this left hip. So gently hugging that knee in. Okay, never pushing into any discomfort in the groin. Okay, there should be no discomfort in the groin in this posture. Staying connected with the breath, exhaling fully, squeezing into the abdominal organs. inhaling back to center, dropping that top knee down and folding forward into Gomukhasana. And inhale, come up, and straighten the legs out in front of you. Okay, a little counter pose if the back needs a break, sliding the hands back behind the hips with the fingers facing forward, or second level, lifting up, Chatispathapitham, inhaling up, exhaling down. Okay, so we're going to come now into straight leg forward bends. So not if you've got hamstring injuries that you're recovering from. You need to consult me privately for guidance with that. It can irritate the hamstring, straight leg forward bends, so do not do. Okay, nice to start with Baddha Konasana, and I'm demonstrating sitting on quite a lot of height again. So unless you're very comfortable in your hamstring length and your forward bends, then better to have a little bit more height. Okay, and as we straighten the leg out, the leg doesn't even need to be straight. Okay, if the hamstrings are tight, then it doesn't matter. They don't need to be straight. Okay, so right foot out to 90, working towards a 90-degree angle in the groin, and you can give that knee some support. Now, if you're not particularly flexible, then I'd recommend moving in and out of the position, inhaling up, exhaling down. You can reach back, opposite hand to foot. So continuing with the movement in and out of it, unless you're very comfortable in your forward bend, in which case support your head again. In this more challenging position, we're still trying to keep the spine long. We're moving forward from the tail. None of this. Okay, see how much my pelvis is tipped forward. I'm really on the fronts of my sitting bones. And before you can do that, you've just got to keep your knee bent, even if you stay more upright and practice that pelvic tilting. No, there's nothing gained by this. Okay, just back pain. Okay, so setting yourself up suitably for your body. If you're tight, you could use a chair, rest the head on a chair, keep nice and upright, protect the back. Okay, inhale coming up and coming back to Baddha Konasana for a moment. And we'll come to the second side, straightening the right leg out, leaving the left knee supported. And whatever you've done the first side, doing the second side, moving in and out of it. So plenty of moving in and out of it to explore. If staying in it doesn't feel comfortable, just continuing with that. Only if you're comfortable to sustaining the forward bend. You can see this side, I'm that little bit tighter to get the pelvis to come forward. Okay, very seldom are we symmetrical. Often one side will be tighter than the other in the spine, the hip or the hamstring. And up we come, straighten the legs ahead of you. And again, little counter pose if you wish. Moving in and out of Chatuspathapitham or staying up in the pose. The main barrier to comfort here is actually the shoulders. So respect your shoulders. Those of you that have no issues might like to go into the full Purvottanasana. Okay, really fantastic for the hamstrings, this one. And only taking the head back behind if you have no dizziness and no pain in your neck. Okay, otherwise lovely neck strength enough to hold the head there. And exhale down. Okay, let's come now into Tarasana. So Tarasana will be accessible for many of you. And so I'm going to use my props to support my more flexible leg. And give me a little bit of head support again. You can sit on more height again, maybe a bolster, second bolster to support the head, or brick. Again, focusing on keeping the spine long. A little bit of curve in the spine is okay, but not excessive. We're just going to relax there, give the head some support. Okay, so I'm going to give you two options here for a twist. If you're tight in the hips, keep the feet forward in Ardha Uttanasana, and we're just going to simply twist to the side. Okay, in this case, right hand to left knee, drawing to the side. And in a moment, obviously, you go back the other way. Those of you that are more flexible, bring the feet forward into Baddha Konasana. And there's a nice advanced twist here where we sweep that left hand behind the back to take the opposite thigh. And some of you, if you have good flexibility, will be able to get the hand all the way around the shin, not me. Okay, and then as you come back to upright, hand to opposite knee, you're pressing the knee down as you're drawing into your twist. Just gently, shoulders relaxed, turn the head side to side. Nice relaxed breathing. Okay, whether you're in Tarasana or Baddha Konasana, coming back to center and making your way now to the second side. Bring my hand around to that thigh or to the shin if it's available. Twisting now to the right side. And then inhaling back to center. If you have the flexibility, remain in Baddha Konasana and forward bend. If you're not so flexible, if you're feeling like chisto in the groin, slide back out to Tarasana. Okay, and taking whatever support you need. In Baddha Konasana, I'm going to get nowhere near that grip, but I'm going to dream about it. I mean, I could get my head there, but I'm going to collapse my back, which isn't going to be beneficial. So I'm just going to stay that little bit more upright and focus on getting my pelvis to come forward. Nice, relaxed breathing. And coming up, straighten your legs out in front of you. Okay, so from here, I mean, we're going to close the practice now, but you're also very well prepared now to come into shoulder stand. So as a little counter pose, we'll come into Viparitta, which would be a preparation then to come into shoulder stand. So those of you comfortable with shoulder stand can continue, but otherwise we'll just reopen the fronts of the hips with a little bit of Viparitta. So nothing under your head for Viparitta. If you feel for comfort you need something under your head, instead pop something under your pelvis, and then your neck will be nicely relaxed down. Oh, and why not sneak a little Setu Bandha in there? And to close, bolster under the knees, blanket under the head, and relaxing. And of course, continuing in relaxation for as long as you like, and I'll see you next time.